Imagine a city, reborn in the aftermath of the Civil War, aching to rebuild its infrastructure. This was Birmingham, Alabama in 1871. A new dawn was breaking, and with it came a man who was to shape the future of this city, Colonel James Withers Sloss. Driven by the urgent need for pig iron to bolster the country's crumbling infrastructure, Colonel Sloss set about creating what would become one of the greatest industrial sites of the era, Sloss furnaces. Just a year later, the furnace roared into life, its hungry flames lighting up the Birmingham skyline. Hundreds of workers flocked to its gates, drawn by the prospect of advanced, albeit hazardous, jobs on the blast furnaces. Yet as the furnaces blazed and the city grew, a dark shadow began to creep over Sloss. The very flames that brought prosperity also lured workers to their untimely deaths. In the quest for progress, Sloss furnaces became a beacon of industry, but also a death trap for the unwary. As the 1900s dawned, so did a reign of terror under Foreman James "Slag" Wormwood. The era of Wormwood was marked by a ruthless drive for production, a drive that came at a heavy cost. The conditions at Sloss furnaces deteriorated rapidly, as safety took a back seat to speed. Slag Wormwood, the man at the helm, was known for taking dangerous risks, all in the name of boosting output. The consequences were grim. As the furnace's fires roared louder, so did the cries of the workers. Nearly 50 employees perished on site during Wormwood's tenure, their lives extinguished as swiftly as the iron they molded. Countless others bore the scars of terrible accidents, a chilling testament to the hazards of the job. But the workers of Sloss furnaces were not to be trifled with. In 1906, they allegedly retaliated, throwing wormwood into the furnace that had claimed so many of their own. In the furnace's fiery belly, Slag Wormwood met his grisly end, a cruel testament to his ruthless pursuit of production. Today, the Sloss furnaces stand silent, but if you listen closely, you might hear echoes of its chilling past. This once thriving epicenter of industry, now a National Historic Landmark, invites the brave and the curious to wander its grounds and explore its eerie remnants. As you traverse the rusted iron and worn brick, the air seems to hum with stories of yesteryears, stories that aren't quite ready to be forgotten. Allegedly, the restless spirit of the cruel foreman, Slag Wormwood, still roams these grounds, his voice echoing through the empty corridors, admonishing phantom workers with a stern, "Get back to work." Many visitors have reported other uncanny experiences, from inexplicable cold spots to the feeling of being watched from the shadows. These spectral tales paint a vivid picture of Sloss furnaces' haunting legacy. Dare to tread the grounds of Sloss furnaces, and you may find that the echoes of its past are not quite silent.